I did think they could cover. They did not cover, but they did have an opportunity to cover with the game on the line, and they still couldn't do it. So, what? If you're Pittsburgh, man, where do you go from here?
So that's what I was going to ask you, man. So okay, so there's been this narrative going around. First of all, I told you, I would uh I would move on from Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is not the answer. He's probably gonna do if you stay with Russell Wilson, he's probably gonna do exactly what he did this year every year. He'll give you a few games during the season, but when it comes down to a clutch moments, he's not it. I would get somebody in to try and develop Justin Fields as much as possible. The Steelers were 4-2 with him. Um, if you can develop him and scheme some type of offense around him, I think that you might have a better shot. I'm not sure if George Pickens is the right receiver for the team. He is a great receiver, but he is the toxicest of toxic. He is the most. He may be even more toxic than AB. Not yet, not yet. But he's going down that path. Like he's a season or two away. So yeah, man. But the question I was going to ask you is the narrative that I've been hearing is even a lot of Pittsburgh fans have been saying that they are ready to move on from Mike Tomlinson. You know how we are here. You never go against Mike Tomlinson. We all have trust in Mike Tomlinson. But at the end of the day, their point is that while Mike Tomlinson hasn't had a losing season in 10 years, this man cannot get past the first round of the playoffs. Is that a problem? Would you keep Mike Tomlinson knowing that you're going to continue to have winning seasons, but he's not able to get you past the any further into the playoffs? Does a change need to be made?
Change absolutely needs to be made. You look back at it, Andy Reid with Philly was he won 130 games, he lost 93, tied one game, never won a Super Bowl. Mike Tomlin with the Pittsburgh Steelers, 183 wins, 107 losses, 2 ties. But unfortunately, his last playoff victory was in 2016. This team is great, like you said, at winning regular season games and making it to the playoffs, and that's about it. I don't, I wish, Mike Tomlin's not going to step away. They're going to have to fire him, but I think they said the Steelers have had 3 coaches in the history of the franchise, so they're not big on firing coaches,
right?
Obviously. So yeah, man, I don't know what happens. I just feel like something needs to be done. They're not going to fire him. He's not going to step away. So what are we doing here? We're just kind of looking at each other. And then the thing is, man, if he went to a different team, I feel like I said, Andy Reid had to go to Kansas City and look at him, man. It's a dynasty over there. And I kind of feel like the same thing could kind of happen for him if he did go to another team, just because, he's been there so long. And at the same time, Their offense, man, their offense hasn't been great since Ben Roethlisberger.
Yes.
That was so long ago. And George Pickens is great, man. But yeah, man, that guy, Antonio Brown said, don't compare that man to me. Like, come on, man. It's time to move on. It's time to break this thing up.
Yeah. I'm
all for breaking it up.
Yeah, man. I think they need to do something. Having a winning record is cool and all, but that's not the goal.
Yeah. It's time, man. It's time. Denver Broncos went to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Bills were at home. They were given 8.5. Denver got the ball first off the opening drive. Marched down the field, scored a touchdown, and Buffalo got the ball, and they never looked back.
Yeah, man. Like I said, man, I knew Buffalo was gonna win that game, but I was hoping that Denver would make it a close game, uh, um, a manageable, watchable game. But I look back and it was over. It was over pretty quickly. Um, like to your point, there weren't a lot of good games this weekend, uh, and Denver and Buffalo was no exception. So yeah, man, Denver has a good defense. Bo Nix is looking like he's going to be a great sustainable QB, and we'll see what Sean Payton can do with this offense in the future, man. Maybe draft a couple of receivers, get a high profile running back, and maybe they'll be able to do something.
Speaking of blowouts and bad games, Green Bay went to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles. Eagles were at home. They were given 4.5. What can you say about the Green Bay that hasn't already been said? You talked about Jordan Love earlier. In his last 2 postseason games, he's combined for 5 total interceptions. On the season, he had 3,300 yards, 25 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions. Caleb Williams had 3,700 yards, 20 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. I don't know if that's because Caleb Williams, we watch Caleb Williams and we're not blown away, and I think you would agree with me that he had a good season.
Season.
He had an okay season. That's fine. So my question is, why am I looking at his numbers and Jordan Love's numbers, and they both kind of resemble each other?
I don't know, man. Both Caleb has an excuse, man. He's a rookie.
I'm not mad at Caleb's year. I'm mad at Jordan Love.
No. I'm just saying. I'm not mad at it either. I'm saying at least Caleb had an excuse. He's a rookie. He had bad coaching. No, they fired the coach. They fired the offensive coordinator. I don't think he was handled right. I don't think they prepared him for what he needed to be. Even though he's got a little work to do on his leadership skills, Caleb, he has wiggle room to be okay. But Jordan Love, this was supposed to be his year, man. Jordan Love needed to step up. I understand he got hurt, but when he came back from his injury, he did not look like the quarterback he was last year. He didn't step up. He didn't fulfill the potential that everybody expected him to do. And everybody had faith of him up until the end. Like, up until the end, I was told everybody was saying how Green Bay was going to beat the Lions, or the Vikings were going to beat the Lions, and everybody had all this faith in these teams. And when it came down to it, they just weren't the people that all the hype around them set them up to be. And I think that has something to do with what I've been saying, man. The Lions still haven't got that respect that they deserve because of the past. Everybody's still looking like the Lions of old, and not. And I think everybody keeps expecting the wheels to fall out. You know what I'm saying? And the Lions to lose it all. But that's just not what it is. And on the other side of that, the past of the Vikings, the past of the Green Bay is still carrying them, and everybody's expectations are on what they did in the past and not what's going on right now. So Yeah, I mean they had decent records this season, but were they really those teams that everybody thought they were? I think it's all based on past accolades.
Yeah, we can make a whole nother video about that. Just that a lot of people, and I understand it. Gloom and doom sells, and it's hard to promote positivity and be excited at the same time. I feel like because everybody hears positivity, everybody pretty much already knows it. But at the same time, yeah, people build these teams up to be these boogeymen. Green Bay understood, based off of what they did last year. But after you watch Jordan Love and especially Matt LaFleur, man, it's not like I don't really care too much for Jordan Love, but Matt LaFleur, that guy bothers me. He just bothers me. I think he doesn't use his personnel correctly. He just doesn't. Oh man, it's just something about that guy. He's the same thing, whatever. But yeah, man, no, I'm with you, man. The Bears definitely. People speculated the Bears will win the NFC North, and I said that they could have a good season. That was as far as I would go, but I said that was all predicated on Caleb Williams hitting the ground like CJ Stroud did last year. And I said if that didn't happen, then no, their season wasn't going to go anywhere. And Caleb Williams ended up having like I said, he had a decent season. Wasn't bad at all, but they just had so many weapons around this guy, and the team was in flux. The coach is gone. He had to build a relationship with DJ Moore. Keenan Allen missed time. Like it was, their season was a mess. I mean, obviously it was a mess based on their record, but they lost 10 games straight. But yeah, just Jordan Love. I think the best thing that could happen for Jordan Love is Matt LaFleur not being there, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. So they're gonna run it back next year, and we'll see how it goes.
Let them keep doing it, man.
Yeah,
more wins for us.
Washington went to Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay was at home. They were given 3. Like I said, it was a closely fought game, but Tampa Bay had a fumble here and there, and Washington took advantage.
Yeah, man, that might have been the best game of the weekend. It was a tough, nail-biting game. You didn't know who was going to win that game until the end of it. And, yeah, to your point, Washington capitalized on Tampa Bay's mistakes, man. That was a game where you couldn't make any mistakes, and Tampa Bay was the one that was made the mistakes. And Washington came up with the victory, man. Congratulations to Jaden Daniels. I think. No, it wasn't Jaden Daniels. It's CJ Stroud, the first rookie quarterback to win back-to-back playoff games. But congratulations to Jaden Daniels on winning his first playoff game, man. I doubted him last week. I said that him being a rookie was gonna prevent him from winning this game this week, and he came out and did it, man. So yeah, more props to him.
Last game of the week was Minnesota going to going to Phoenix, take on the Rams. Man, they showed that crowd, and oh my God, it was so many Vikings fans there that flew across the country to watch that ass whooping.
Yeah, man. AG, man. He wrote up the blueprint, man. He wrote up the blueprint of what you need to do against Sam Darnold, and I think Minnesota is a team that's set up for like long, big plays, and they have Addison and they have Justin Jefferson, and those guys are two essentially long play receivers, and so they need time to get downfield and get in position. And if you have some DBs that can stay with them a little bit, and you blitz the quarterback Sam Darnold, and essentially don't give him time to throw the ball downfield, I don't really know too many short receivers that besides T.J. Hawkinson, I mean, Atlanta doesn't really have any short yard receivers like that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So I think LA saw that. They copied and printed the game plan, and they put as much possible pressure on Sam Darnold as possible. I think they ended up with like 9 sacks. Sam Darnold never got up off the ground ever. He was seeing ghosts again. So yeah, man. I'm gonna say congratulations to the LA Rams, but props to AG for writing up that game plan.
Is Sam Darnold in the Minnesota Vikings jersey next season?
No, I wouldn't. You got JJ McCarthy on the bench. He was supposed to be your messiah. You had a fluke with Sam Darnold. Um, he proved that he can be a sustainable quarterback, but he also proved that he's not going to be your clutch, the guy to get you over the hump. And I feel like you need to go ahead and turn the team over to your star quarterback. I mean, unless you feel like JJ McCarthy needs some more development, I don't see why you would keep Sam Darnold around. I do think that Sam Darnold earned himself a spot as a starter somewhere else. I'm not sure where that would be yet. I would have to think it over, but no, I would move on from him.
Got you. Well,